Okay, we're going to start on 13.4, work together as part of your end of lesson review. In the work together in the on your own, you're basically just journalizing these entries here. But in the application problem, you're going to have to do some calculating. So after I finish the work together here, I will go into the application and just talk through a little bit. I won't do it for you, but I'm just going to kind of walk you through what you need to do. So right away, number one here, using the payroll data as of March 31st, prepare a journal entry for payment of the withheld taxes. Tesla Electric is a monthly scheduled depositor. Journalize check number 495 on cash payments journal, page 14, using the date the taxes are due to the federal government. Now, because they are a monthly scheduled depositor, their taxes are due on the 15th of the following month. And I don't know that I explained that in the lecture, so I want to make sure you understand that when they are that monthly scheduled depositor, it is due the 15th of the following month. So March 31st would mean that we are due on April 15th. Okay, we're just going to go through step one right now. So our first entry is that federal income tax withheld. Now remember, I can look in my chart of accounts and it's not a federal income tax withheld, it's that employee income tax payable. That's what my account is. So employee income tax payable, check number 495. Okay, and the amount is $13.20. Okay, and I know I'm going to have to put a cash credit here, but I'm going to finish calculating the rest of my entries and then get my cash credit here. So the second one is Social Security tax payable. Now, remember that this is just the employee, but the employer also has to match this up to the certain amount for these different areas, but right now we have not met that. So we need to double this amount because we need the employee half and the employer half to pay the government. So we need both. So we're going to double it. So 1331.76 times 2, 2,632.52. Okay, Medicare tax payable. Okay, again, another one that this is just the employer right here. We also know that the employee is right here. The employer has to match that. So again, 311.46 times 2, 622.92. Okay, so now we can figure out how much we are paying in full. So I'm going to add those three amounts together for all the withholdings. So 4,606.44. Okay, then we're going to move on to step 2. Use the tax account credit balances to prepare journal entries for payment of the FUTA and SUTA tax liabilities. Assume both checks were prepared on the due date for the federal tax deposit. Checks number 522 and 523. Remember, these two are the ones that are just paid by the employer. There is nothing paid by the employee for these unemployment ones. So we know that FUTA and SUTA are due at the end of the following month. So this is March 31st. So this is going to be due on the 30th of April. Okay, so both of these entries will have the 30th. Okay, the first one is our unemployment tax payable federal. Check number 522. Okay, and these amounts are already here for us. Again, in the application, you're going to have to calculate these. But for us right now, they're already there. So 515.52. And then that's also how much we're paying in cash. Okay, next one, 30th, again, unemployment tax payable state. So 523. And the amounts there, so 1,159.92, 1,159.92. Okay, so we have finished our journalizing here. So we're going to check answer. Okay, everything's good. And we can save and continue. Okay, now I'm going to go into, the on your own is very similar to the work together, but now I'm going to go into the application problem and just talk through a couple things here. Okay, so it's already giving me these here, but the total earnings are subject to 6.2 employee and 6.2 employer Social Security tax, plus 1.45 employee and 1.45 employer Medicare tax. So you have to calculate these out. So if you're thinking about it, your Social Security is going to be your payroll data for March here. Okay, the unemployment data is going to come from your first quarter. Okay, so when you're calculating, so if it says taxable amount, I'm going to use the total earnings from up here. Okay, and then I have to figure out the rate. So if it's 6.2 employee and 6.2 employer, I have to add those two together to get a 12.4%. And then you will figure out the payable tax. So use your total earnings for the month, okay, and then times your new percentage of the two combined, and that will get your payable tax. Same thing for Medicare, using the total earnings, but then you're going to use these numbers added together, okay? And then your FUTA and SUTA, you do not need to double because it is just employer, okay? So it's just the 0.8 and 5.4, okay? So know that you don't need to do double those ones up, okay? And then the second step of the application problem is just journalizing like you did in your On Your Own and Work Together. So you can go ahead and go into the On Your Own and then come back to the application, but I just wanted to show you that table there and how you were going to go about calculating that. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck.